Welcome back to Coakley Fieldhouse, Liberty, Missouri, everyone. The 2013 C.W. Stessman Liberty Invitational Tournament. And we go now for the third place game today, and it's going to be Liberty and St. Joe Central. Neil Harwell along with Doug Elston. We'll try to keep the voice together here, Doug. I don't know what I got going here, but I think I can make it.
Yeah, you got
through
this.
the second game. But we look for a nice matchup here today. Liberty went down to Kickapoo last night. Kickapoo will play in the championship game. We will have that for you after this one. And then it was St. Joe Central that ended up losing to Center, and these two teams meet here tonight. But this should be a good ball game.
Yeah, it absolutely should be a good ball game. And St. Joe Central has had some good tradition come through lately. We know that Liberty has had it for quite some time and continue to build under Roger Sturts. And he's got an extremely good program going on. They've got quite a number of capable guys year in and year out. It's not, or this season anyway. It's not just one guy that you've got a key on for St. Joe Central. It's several that make this engine go.
Yeah, one of the guys we'll look inside for. Big things to happen. Just now getting introduced onto the floor, and that is Sean Williams, 6'5" guy. He put up 22 in the opening round against Liberty North when they won that ball game. And Liberty North, you know, that's a good team. They ended up winning their next two games against Olathe East and then the game you just saw against Raytown. But Sean Williams put up 22 on them and then 12 last night against Center. Well, 6'5" guy.
And those two teams, if he's putting up numbers against Liberty North like that, and then again like Center, who we'll see and is a very good basketball team, he's quite a basketball player. Liberty North, you know, we've seen them a couple times already this year, Neil, and they're a very impressive team that will make a deep run in this postseason.
Yeah, they really are. Well coached by Chris McCabe. And you look over there into that Liberty huddle. Now, you did that when you were growing up, didn't you? You were in the center of that ring, right?
Dude,
doing your thing?
We didn't know what that was. We didn't have a three-point line, and neither did you. So we just we're constantly dating ourselves, but there you have it.
Cy Musser, first season there at St. Joe Central. Roger Sturts, the head coach at Liberty, 14th season. As the head coach, he was there for 5 years as an assistant when they won the state title back in 1998. And so it will be Liberty and St. Joe Central here. Third place ball game.
It's been fun to watch Roger Sturts grow up as a head coach. We saw him as an assistant coach during the time you just mentioned under Coach Nussbaum. And he's taken over the reins, and there really has not been a drop in any kind of talent level or success in this program.
Well, Coach Sturts is a good leader for the area. The last game, Liberty North and Raytown featured two of his former assistant coaches that are now head coaches, Brandon Weiss of Raytown and Chris McCabe of Liberty North. And they were assistants right here with Coach Sturts.
When you produce head coaches, you are definitely a leader.
And he's also the president of the Coaches Association here in the area. So on the deck, that one being fought for goes out of bounds to St. Joe Central. The Indians last season went 21-6 from St. Joe Central. This season they're at 9-4. They lost to Center last night. That was a decisive win by Center. The Yellow Jackets can really run. And you'll see them in the finals against Kickapoo right after this ball game. They beat Liberty North in overtime, St. Joe Central did, in round one. Out front with it handling, this is Brady Cameron. And that's a 5-second call.
Kellan Turner doing a very good job. We'll mention his name quite a bit tonight. He's a really heady basketball player, tough basketball player. He'll score some points, and at 6 foot, you wouldn't think walking in the gym, he's not that guy, but you'll see a lot of him over the next 30 minutes.
Yeah, he's actually their leading rebounder on the season. There he is posting up.
Yeah, he's being guarded by a 6'5" senior as well. Jeez.
There goes Turner. And the rebound taken away by Liberty. Spinning and shooting at his Tuggle. Now it's Greeley in there fighting. And he draws a foul on St. Joe Central.
You saw a number of characters right there that they're very balanced here at Liberty. You talk about Kellan Turner. He's one of the guys. Artie Tuggle is another one of those guys. Kellan Turner going to the basket, getting it up there, and then Tuggle keeping it alive. And Eric Greeley eventually winds up the free throw line.
Now, Doug, you weren't here opening night, but they had a lob from the Jays insignia right here. Greeley went up and got it on the other side.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's got some long arms, too. You know he's athletic looking, but he's got some long arms.
6'1" senior gets 1 of 2 free throws there. And it's a 1-0 game, Liberty on top. 42nd annual C.W. Stessman Liberty Invitational Tournament.
But look at this defense. They've got St. Joe Central started out top of the three-point line. That's exactly what you want to do as a defense, and the exact opposite of what you want to have happen by Cy Musser's crew.
And these two guys for St. Joe Central, number 12, Tyree Mayfield, and as we talked about, 15, Sean Williams. Those two guys are a handful inside for St. Joe Central. From outside, that shot is good. That's a 3-ball taken by Derek Gray.
Caught that in a nice motion. Good job by Gray to make that work.
Ball knocked away, Winters no. Dual is there, and he goes right back, but missed the shot. Rebounded Gray. Derek Gray searching for an opening in the defense. Leaves it back to Williams, and now to Mayfield. Stolen away out front by Winters, and then taken right back by Jake Hill. Hill, the 5'9" freshman, out there wearing 14. Oh, good nice pass. Little dish off. It went from Williams to Mayfield. What you laughing at?
That was nice. How about the big guy coming motoring through there at about, what would you call him, 260?
I don't know if I go that far. Now the next game,
okay.
Yes.
All right, so the big guy coming through and just dumps it off right there to his running man. Excellent job by Sean Williams.
Musser in that huddle, first season here. Neil Hook, who's the athletics director, was the coach at St. Joe Central for quite some time, and off to a nice start, 9-4, or 9-4 on their season, and 5-1 here in this ball game. The last time these two teams met, it was back on December 18th. Liberty won that game 57-48.
This is an interesting matchup here with Sean Williams against Kellan Turner.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's got him man-to-man all over the floor.
And that's, you know, if Kellan brings him out on the floor, that should be to his advantage. Sean's got good feet.
Yeah, Greeley took that one on in, and Williams took the charge. Fouls on Greeley. First personal foul on Greeley, second team foul on the Blue Jays. And look at your guy handle the ball. You've seen him pass it.
Yeah, this is an impressive display already. Nice, keeping the ball under control, using his big body to shield it from the defender.
On the baseline, going the other way. On the turnover, headed back to Liberty. Winters takes it in. It would have counted. He'll go to the line. Cody Winters, the senior.
Good job that time by Winters. He wanted to draw that contact prior to going to the rim. Did so in a very good way. He knew he was going to the foul line because the defensive player was not under control at that point.
There's Cody, 6 feet, senior. He's had 5 points in each of the first 2 ball games in this tournament against Summit Christian and Kickapoo. They won their game against Summit Christian in round 1, 77-53. And then last night lost 54-41 to Kickapoo. Close game throughout. The score got a little bit larger there at the end for Kickapoo, but that was a close ball game, and he hits both free throws here. 5-3, 2-point lead, St. Joe Central. Ball knocked around and tipped away by Greeley to Turner. Up the floor to Moultrie.
There it is. Oh, passed it up.
And now the big fella back engaged. Man-to-man, Dual inside, and one for Dual.
He had a big first round game. Dual does a very nice job off the bench for the Blue Jays. Liberty does a good job, unselfish play, especially here by Turner, and eventually kicking the ball inside. Good pass by Brandon Moultrie on the inside, away from the defense, but guiding Dual straight to the basket.
Nice looking stroke from the line that time for Kawaku Dual.
That whole sequence was started by Kellan Turner's on-the-ball defense. Look at him on the ball right now. Does a very good job trying to keep the offensive player from not being able to see his teammates.
Way out high with it, Deontay Bell. There he is. Dumps it down inside. Williams, another nice look. And I think somebody got a piece down there as the shot was taken up by Hill. Liberty comes out of there. And a traveling call going against Liberty.
That's a tough call right there. I think Brandon knows the extent of that call, but the reality is here, he's trying to fall all over the offensive player. He does have a dribble right there. It's tough when the defensive player on the floor is rolling as well.
Maybe Brandon Moultrie did that so efficiently that they couldn't believe it. And they had to call traveling. And that one goes in. You like your guy out there?
I love him.
Feeding down low.
He's going to get in the middle of the paint at 6'5". I'm going to go with 240. How about that?
All right. That was Bell's first hoop. A 1-point lead for St. Joe Central. Here comes Gray, a running back and linebacker on the football team. And he draws the foul out high. This will be the 13th foul on Liberty. And it's the first personal foul on Cody Winters. He'll take a seat. So St. Joe Central triggers in from underneath their own hoop. And when you got a guy that can pass it out of the post like this guy, Williams, he's got his head up, looking around, looking for cutters, but this time he'll shoot it. And it's rebounded by Dual, who's immediately double teamed, but he gets it out of there.
That was a problem that time. Nobody else on the offensive end for Central was moving whatsoever. They were just sitting there watching. It was like they paid for admission that time to watch Williams.
Here's Dual. Spinning on the baseline. Rebound Greeley, and a tie ball situation. And this will go over to St. Joe Central.
Well, the Blue Jays have so many pieces. You see, they kick it inside to Dual. Nice pass again on the inside from Moultrie, and then Greeley very active on the offensive glass. I believe that's his third offensive rebound.
Way out high to Mayfield. On the wing, Williams. Very methodical here for St. Joe Central. They dump it down. Great position by Mayfield, but swatted by Dual. Mayfield got it back and will go to the free throw line. Well, in that round one, say it again, Doug, against Liberty North, those two guys very effective, Mayfield and Williams. They are tough to handle down in there.
They really are. Mayfield, a very big boy in there also, 6'4" junior.
Well, he's a football player. 6'4", 220, all-conference defensive end.
Yeah, that's a good job. Mayfield's got Dual on his back that time and stays with a good hustle by the junior.
4 points now for Mayfield. Had 16 in the opening game against Liberty North and 10 in round two against Center. There's Moultrie, Liberty trailing by 3. Kinder is in there at 6'10" with it.
We've seen a couple of very unselfish basketball teams. The ball is constantly moving, touching a lot of people's hands.
Newland missed the shot. Out of bounds to St. Joe Central. Here's Gray working on Newland. Gets a piece of the lane on the follow-away shot. Rebound, Dual.
Nice.
Turner for 3.
That's the first shot he's had this game. He's not one to necessarily hunt a shot, but definitely one to get one in the flow of the offense.
And that ties it up at 9 on the bucket by Kellan Turner. Averaging almost 15 a game on the season. Driving it in is Bell, and he draws the foul. That'll be the 15th foul on Liberty here in the first half with 1:37 left in the quarter. And Ciante Bell goes to the free throw line, 5'9" junior. A couple of guys checking in. Tuggle back in for Liberty, replacing Duau, and then also Carl Zyman, the senior, 6'4". They told me to pronounce it Zyman. It looks like it'd be Zeman to me, but hey, we go with it.
That's how we're rolling. Both teams predominantly man-to-man. It's good. It's going to be good to see Kinder. He's definitely improving from early on this season.
And that shot whiffed by Zyman. And here come the Blue Jays. Moultrie with a nice pass to Kinder. Kept it in bounds and deals it off to Tuggle.
Good pass by Moultrie in there. Kinder doing a good job of gathering himself before the ball went out of bounds.
Yeah, that really all started with Moultrie getting it deep. And then they backed it out to Tuggle as Kinder was kind of falling out of bounds there. Time winding here. Inside 1 minute to play, first quarter. They work it around the top, knocked away by Moultrie. And into the hands of Tuggle, and a foul on St. Joe Central.
Very good job that time by Moultrie. Moultrie's not one that's going to score the basketball to make an impact in this ball game. And here he is again coming down, good pass on the inside through several Central guys to Kinder, and eventually getting it in the hands of Tuggle for a nice layup. But Moultrie, saw right there, he got his hands on the ball and eventually went to somebody else who got the collected the steal.
Tuggle from outside. There is Turner. And missed the putback.
Got a good nose for the basketball. Turner, as you mentioned, he's one of the leading rebounders for this team. He's going to find the ball wherever it's at.
That's why he averages 6 rebounds a game on the season.
That comes from hours in the gym and watching how the ball comes off the rim. And look at this matchup. He's just going to go ahead and guard the 6'5", 242.
And Williams launches the 3. Time to work with for Moultrie. Scoops it up, it won't go, and the rebound taken away by St. Joe Central's Gray. A big hit from the 3 line by the 6'5", Sean Williams.
Who has been an offensive juggernaut. Doesn't have to necessarily score the basketball, but here he makes himself a little bit shorter by where he releases the ball closer to his nose. But he is a very good passer, and I think he'd rather pass the ball and see a teammate score than score on his own.
Well, kind of lets the game come to him. You know, is the way you always like to say that. So a 1-point lead there for St. Joe Central over the top of Liberty here after 1 quarter of play. And that is an interesting matchup. You watch the first quarter and you see Turner, who's also guarding Williams, and Williams guarding Turner, and those 2 guys couldn't be much different. You know, one is 6 feet, if that, and that's Turner, and then the other one's 6'5", about 240. That's what you went with, right?
Exactly, and you see Williams there on your screen. What Williams has not shown us yet. He's shown us a good ability to see and vision on the court, pass the basketball, but not any low post scoring. So that's why Turner is matched up against him. He's not going to post up and score.
Nice rebound there by Ciante Bell.
Yet.
Also checking in, Arnez Stillman, number 3 out there for St. Joe Central. Here's Gray. Now it's Williams, little ball fake.
Just the dish off. Nice.
And the bucket from Gray, another 3, his second. As St. Joe Central has hit 3 threes here in the first half. Tuggle dumps it down inside, ball knocked away on the deck. Zyman fights for it.
Both teams look a little tired right now, playing 3 games in 3 nights.
Yeah, 3 games, 3 days, and this for the 3rd place.
Yeah.
3rd place ball game here in the Liberty Invitational Tournament. No question about that, buddy.
Yeah, and it's tough, but it's one of the things that the coaches prepare their team for the postseason play.
That ball taken away by Winters, up to Moultrie. Around his world, gets a piece of the lane. Wouldn't get it to go there, but Tuggle's there, and he'll go to the line.
Good job there by Brandon Moultrie to get in the teeth of the defense. Williams tried to guard him, and Moultrie went around him, and that's what happens when a good point guard gets in the center of the defense here, and you got some good offensive rebounders like Tuggle and Eric Greeley. That's a problem.
And I like Moultrie's aggressiveness there. I mean, you know, he's a pass-first guy, which you always like that in your point guard. But he took it a little deeper that time than normal he does, and things, the deeper you get, the more it breaks down. It's also the more you might turn it over. But he's very good at not turning the ball over. He's about a 2-to-1 or better ratio on the season. And Tuggle hits that free throw.
1-3-1 half-court zone defense this time, and it's where Liberty can take some chances.
Oh, that'll count. Powering it home is Mayfield.
You know, to talk a little bit more on what you're saying about Brandon Moultrie here in a second, but again, Williams doing a good job passing the basketball to his running mate there, Tyree Mayfield. Good strength on the inside. But Brandon Moultrie is one of those guys, you may look at the stat column and you don't see a lot of big numbers really pop out at you. However, everybody else is feeding off of him. Everybody's gotten better because of what he brings to the team.
And that ball knocked out of bounds on the miss of the free throw. Couldn't get the 3-point play cleaned up there, Mayfield, and flips it over to Liberty. A 5-point lead for St. Joe Central. Turner right around Williams. That's the issue on the perimeter for Williams. He is not going to be able to go side to side with Turner. Nice. Moultrie scores it.
How about your 2 6-footers in there working in amongst the trees?
First hoop of the game for Brandon Moultrie. The scoop shot misses, and Bell is there. I mean, he got right back up into the air to get the rebound and draws the foul on Liberty.
I like the ball hawking ability of the 2 guards for the Blue Jays. Talk about Kellan Turner. We've also talked about good point guard play from Brandon Moultrie. Those guys do a good job on the defensive end as well, really taking up the focus of the man with the ball.
Bell has the first one.
That's where the breakdowns start to occur right here when you've got a good point guard getting in there. This time, Ciante Bell doing a good job going to the basket, then just staying with it for good desire.
It's both free throws, 5 points in the ball game for Bell. And it's a 5-point lead. Yeah.
Sean Williams and Kellan Turner. And Sean Williams, 6'5", he's out there.
He can't stay in front of him, though. You can just tell out front.
No, but Kellan Turner hasn't exploited that just yet.
I imagine he will. Frizzell tries to dump down low to Greeley.
Yeah, Kellan Turner at 6 foot, bringing the ball up against Sean Williams at 6'5". It just doesn't look right there, but Kellan Turner has not exploited that just yet. Williams is keeping him in front of him so far.
Well, if they clear out on the wing, I think he'll get right to the rim.
Yes, he will.
Moultrie dumps it inside to Duau. Great look from Brandon Moultrie.
Well, there's that pass first example you just stated. Brandon Moultrie gets in there. He could have easily shot the 7-8 footer, but instead he tries to pitch it off to his buddy.
Turner from outside, and that's another 3 for Turner.
And that's why Sean Williams is in against Kellan Turner. A bigger body to get a hand up in his face outside the 3-point line.
Yeah, but he's got to be able to stay with him to be close enough for that to be a factor. And there's a shot going up over the top for Mayfield. Mayfield has right 8 points.
There's Kellan Turner exploiting that mismatch on the outside. Sean Williams cannot keep him in front of him if he goes strong to the basket.
And Turner will go to the line. He'll get there quite a few times on the season. 82% for Turner. Just a junior. Remember Moultrie, Turner are juniors. Frizzell's a junior. Newland's a junior. A lot of these guys coming back next season.
Kinder. This is what we were looking for, to see if Kellan Turner would exploit this mismatch. There he gets the ball on the outside, and Sean Williams doesn't even attempt to stay in front of him this time, as Kellan was aggressive to the basket. Once you start hitting some outside shots, it frees up that game to go to the rim. He's one of those guys that's got that dual offensive threat.
8 points now for Turner. 2-point lead for St. Joe Central. 4.5 to play here in the first half. Glad to have you with us here on FoxSportsMidwest.com. Gray out there being covered by Turner.
You briefly talked about it, and that's why Coach Sturts has done such a good job. He's got so many juniors coming up, and he's got another crop of sophomores coming up behind them, that he keeps developing players. And the good programs will do that. He has done that. McCabe at Liberty North has done that. And they all do exceptional jobs of teaching the game, and that's why they're year in, year out, they have success.
Here is Sean Williams missing the free throw. Front end of a 1-and-1. That last foul was on Frizzell, his first, 8th team foul on Liberty. Next foul will put the Blue Jays, the next foul on St. Joe Central will put the Blue Jays on the line. There's a turnover on Liberty. Gray leaves it off for Bell. And now to Gray. St. Joe Central, methodical off the glass. Gray misses. Kinder, the rebound.
Ooh, how about Kinder showing you a little bit right there?
In transition, Turner. Greeley. And he draws the foul.
I like what I'm seeing out of Kinder. We have, earlier in the season, we would not have seen this. Matter of fact, he wouldn't have seen the floor that much, but now all of a sudden we're seeing Kinder doing a good job. Greeley, the same job he's always done, just that rubber man all over the glass.
And he's got the first free throw here. He had 14 in round one against Summit Christian, including a couple of dunks I was talking to you about. And he played excellent defense. Athletic guy, football player, track guy, a lot of speed. Here's Williams in the backcourt.
Now this matchup looks a little bit better. You got 6'4" on 6'5". 6'5" on 6'5".
Bell hangs, missed the shot. Greeley the rebound. Here comes Newland. And then thrown away by Turner. And then stolen nearly there by Frizzell, and it is going to get turned over to Liberty. Brandon Moultrie re-enters the ball game, and Turner will sit down. Timeout on the floor.
Good fight there by the freshman Jake Hill for St. Joe Central. And good on-the-ball defense once again, this time by Frizzell. Getting his paws in there, just making it very difficult for the freshman, but it wasn't a freshman type play right there by number 14.
Blue Jays 11-3 on the season. St. Joe Central 9-4. Coach Musser. Last time these two teams played, those two big guys we talked about, each had 7 rebounds, Williams and Mayfield. Williams had 15 points to go with it. Mayfield had 9. Gray had 16, including 3 3-pointers. Out high to Moultrie. Here's Newland. Got a screen from Moultrie. Deals it off to Greeley. Here's Frizzell from outside.
Oh, good try to rebound.
Really almost got it. Here comes Sean Williams. And you can see he wants to play the point.
Yes, he does. That's a good call right there by the official. Good hustle by Frizzell, but he did grab the jersey that time of Zeman.
You know, this is cool and everything, Doug, that he can do this, handle the ball out front, and probably helps you against a press late in the game. Do you feel they'd be more effective if he stayed inside a little bit?
Yeah.
And passed the ball more out of the post?
I would say that.
Just me talking over here.
And when you look at his body, there's absolutely no question.
See, look at that.
Right there.
That's what I'm talking about.
He should be more effective on the inside. His mindset won't let him do that.
Here's Frizzell. Nice. Missed the shot.
You know, I don't know if Williams thinks he's more valuable as a point guy, but he could do a combo of both. We haven't seen that second piece.
And it's impressive. He can handle the ball like he can and all that. Does not have the ultra quickness out there, though. Moultrie, there's a 3-ball.
Moultrie starts kicking that 3-ball down. That's going to create a lot more problems. Now all of a sudden they got some inside game. They got some outside game from more than just 1 or 2 guys. And we see a big guy, Williams, attempting to post up on the inside, and then he floats back out.
There goes Bell, leaving it back on the shot from Simon. And this one going over to Liberty. Foul inside on St. Joe Central.
No, and I think you're right, Neil. I believe that what you're saying about Williams. He's not going to put himself in that position to go on the inside. Then when the ball goes up, he should be crashing the offensive glass, not floating back to the half-court line. That's what we're seeing from him so far in this game.
And again, it's really cool that he can handle the ball out there like he can, but, you know, Moultrie misses the front end, but see, he can do stuff like that inside, just shielding guys off. And he draws the foul over the back going against Greeley.
You know, we've talked a lot about Williams, and when he gets down in low, he is very active. When he stays active in there, he keeps the ball up on the glass, playing with it by himself there, but at the same time, he's effective on the outside, a very good passer. We've seen his 3-point shot. We just have not seen him score yet in the paint.
And he certainly can. I mean, 22 in round 1, 12 in round 2. And he's got the second one here.
That matchup again, 6'5" against 6 foot.
Here's Turner. Approaching 1 minute to play here in the first half, and Moultrie with another 3.
Brandon's got that thing going. Not a lot of spin on that ball.
It's got to be the sleeves.
It's going.
8 points in the ball game for Moultrie, averaging about 9 a game on the season. High post Simon looking backdoor cut to Williams. Here's Turner, kicks it back out high to Newland, launching the 3. Rebound Gray. 2-point lead for the Blue Jays. Bell up the floor. Rebound Newland. Moultrie feeling it. Not this time. And tipped out to Williams. Brandon Moultrie trying to stick a hand in there, and Big Sean Williams said, I don't think so. And he'll go to the free throw line. Fouls on Moultrie. 10th team foul on Liberty. First personal on Brandon Moultrie.
Brandon does it. He makes this thing tick. You know, a lot of guys will get there's a lot of scoring accolades and so forth, but a lot of it is because of what Brandon Moultrie does with the basketball. And right there, Sean Williams a little bit lackadaisical with it. Oh. I didn't know you could do that. Where you could take your off arm and throw the defender away if you wanted to.
Exactly. Williams with 7 points and 5 rebounds, working on that double-double here today. Tied at 26, approaching the end of the first half. Moultrie will back them out. They'll go for one here at the end. Moultrie off to Newland. Now it's Turner. Williams did a nice job staying in front that time. Moultrie missing the three. Right there is Duval. That's the end of the first half. They might be getting tired here.
Yeah, you start seeing some shots like that, you're definitely getting tired. Not moving
but it's
as much.
competitive.
It is.
Tied at 26 here at the end of one half of play in the third place game. And upcoming after this one, we're going to have the championship game. Springfield Kickapoo and Center High School from here in the Kansas City area. Should be a fun game, little contrast in styles. Both teams really like to play fast when they get it going, especially Center. They run a lot of guys at you. Both teams do.
Yeah, Center, looking forward to watching them play some more. An athletic team who being coached up right now.
And let's take it over to Tim. Tim?
Thanks, guys. We're here with Roger Sturts. Tell me about the first half. It ended in a tie, obviously. It's been a little back and forth. Sean Williams, they went to the line a lot that half with over 10 fouls. Both teams were in the double bonus. Tell me what you guys are going to have to do to, take the lead and pull a win out.
Well, yeah, we fouled too much. I'm pleased with defense, but foul, put him on the line way too many times, obviously. We got to take a little bit better, a few better shots. I didn't think our shot selection was all that great. It's fine if you're making them, but we're not shooting a very high percentage. So either we're going to have to make better shots or get a bigger rim or play with a smaller ball so the ball goes in the hole a little bit more.
All right, thank you. Back to you guys at the desk.
There you go, Coach Sturts. He's going to go get a smaller ball so it goes in a little more. I like that. I haven't heard anybody say that before, but hey, why not?
That's why he has success. He gets it all figured out, right? Good action on the inside, good movement. Brandon Moultrie got it going in that second quarter with some good three-point shooting. And Moultrie doing a good job shooting that basketball from the perimeter, and he got that confidence going where he wanted to take those last couple of shots in the half. Good job by the point guard, taking where it comes within the flow of his offense.
So at halftime, we're tied at 26, third place game. We'll lay out for a little bit. You're watching FoxSportsMidwest.com.
Hi, thanks. We're here with the coach of the the Raytown Blue Jays. I'm so sorry, St. Joe Central Indians. My mistake. So it was a tie ball game. You guys went to the line a lot, but there were a lot of fouls committed from both guys. So what do you guys need to do to get in a lead and maybe pull out a win?
Well, I think we had too many empty possessions at half, too many turnovers, so we need to make sure we get a shot on every possession. And then defensively, we need to close out with our hands high, make their threes contested. They knocked down 4 threes in half, so we need to make sure that every shot they shoot is tough. And then limit them to one shot. They did a pretty good job on the offensive glass, and we need to make sure we clean that up.
All right, well, thank you. That's all we have. Time we have. Let's send it back to the desk with the guys.
All right, thank you, Tim. Coach Musser, his team right in this thing, tied at 26, and again, the energy level, when you reach this round playing for the third place, you got to reach down deep here. And these two teams will have one more half of play to see who comes up with third place. Leading scorers in the first half, Moultrie and Turner each had 8 for Liberty. And then Williams and Mayfield each had 8 for St. Joe Central.
It's good three-point shooting here by Derek Gray on the outside for Central. Some good inside play, kicking the ball around was Williams quite a bit. Very unselfish player. Brandon Moultrie also an unselfish player to do out on the inside to get it to go. And then Williams again, a nice assist. He's got excellent vision, especially for a big man. Kellan Turner got it going a couple times on the outside. Really hasn't been hunting his shot too much. Got by the big boy and that back out to Artie Tuggle right there. He has a number of guys that really do a lot of utility type of things, and similar to Tyree Mayfield on the inside for the Indians.
Well, and you watch those highlights of those guys inside. If they played inside a little bit more, I'm talking about Mayfield and Williams, I just think they would be a problem. If they go down there, post up, guard the rim a little bit.
And you're right, within their offense, they're getting them a lot of freedom to float. And it looks like they can float kind of from the inside the key to outside the three-point line there, but not on the sides, really within that key area to the top of the key. And really you see them migrating more to the top of the key within it. But, as you mentioned, if they can really relegate themselves down in there to the couple of blocks on the inside, they might cause a lot of damage.
And we're only talking about to be maybe more effective. Not that they can't do that stuff. I mean, obviously they got skill on the perimeter. Williams knocked down that 3. I mean, he shot that one like he knew it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's very confident in that. And sometimes, we've been talking about 3 games in 3 days, and especially they haven't waited, 16 hours, 12 hours between their last game, which is even tougher. They might just be getting tired and starting to float outside the perimeter a little bit more where it's easier to move around.
And I think the Blue Jays go a little bit deeper, which that may pay off for them here in the second half.
Nice.
Oh, nice setup, right to work here in the second half to Tuggle. Good feed from the perimeter.
Which is where it started. Excellent entry pass in there by Kellan Turner.
Nice call by the coaching staff over there at Liberty to start this second half and get them off with a good look. Williams to Mayfield. This is Cameron.
Good
Here's
ball movement.
Gray, hit a couple of 3s in the first half. Moultrie looks like he's got a steal. It's on the deck. The freshman comes away, but he stepped on the midcourt stripe, Jake Hill. And, they called a foul before he did it.
Probably a good call there by the official, and that was just the momentum that time of Cody Winters carrying himself into the freshman, pushing him to the half-court line. So it's kind of like the advantage-disadvantage call. I'd like to see Williams go on the inside too. I'd like to see what kind of moves he's got. We've seen some good moves from Brinkley Jolly last night, and it seems like Williams would be capable of some things like that, but he's not putting himself in that position.
No, clearly wants to be a guard out here. Frizzell trying to cover him.
Oh, there
nice
you go.
move. Nice move by Williams. He's got 10. Turner on the fall away. There's Cameron. Off the cutter, Gray from the elbow.
You know, Gray is a good shooter. We've seen him shoot the ball well from the outside on a couple of occasions, and then again right there, right in the flow of everything, he just doesn't shoot it much.
There's Turner getting penetration, and the foul's going to go against Williams. First personal foul on Sean Williams.
It's one of the few times we've seen Williams go on the inside. They cleared it out for him. He just backs down a little bit. Good move that time by
But
Williams.
he had a post guy covering him out there. So that's where the matchup problem is.
You know, he can do that a lot in a lot of cases, whether it be a post guy with some good quickness and savvy with the basketball, or he takes a guy. We've seen Kellan Turner on him. Why not back Kellan Turner down? But we haven't seen the side cleared for him like we just saw yet.
12 points now for Kellan Turner after hitting those 2 free throws. It's a 2-point lead for Liberty.
Good defense by Turner. He's very good on the ball. Really not a hawk, but just solid on the ball defense.
There's Moultrie getting a hand in there. Ball on the deck.
There's another good one on the ball. Brandon Moultrie's got those long arms, active. You know, Coach Sturts has really got something to build on here as these teams start to get ready for postseason play, which is a little ways off, but his team is really starting to come together.
Here's Moultrie, nice right-hand pass up the floor. Turner then goes to Frizzell. Great work by those guys. First 2 for Frizzell here in the ball game.
It's fun for a coach to see. Guys on the Liberty bench smiling. They really love to see play like that.
Up the floor, Turner lays it in with a left. 14 for Turner, and Liberty takes a 6-point lead.
He just saw the legs for the Indians get real heavy. Good job by Liberty to run out. As you mentioned, they are deeper. They played more guys throughout this tournament. They played more guys in this game so far, and that's starting to pay off with a little bit of fresh legs.
And you look back to how those breaks started, and I even go back to the one before that. Sometimes it's the pass before the guy that gets the assist. Moultrie fired that ball with his right hand. He's left-handed about, what, 50 feet up the floor? And then it was Turner with the easy pass down low, but Moultrie's really the guy that got it out there quick and made that thing happen.
And those are some of the things that we've talked about don't
show
show up.
That's not going to be in a stat sheet anywhere.
No, it won't, but you're right. He got the whole thing energized, and he's that engine. Now, Coach Sturge smells a little bit of blood in the water, so he's going to go with some 1-2-1-1 3/4 court trap.
Hey, our stat guy, Jack DeGarmo, just told me this is the largest lead of the ball game of 6. 36-30. Up front, Williams.
Jack's just a freshman, too.
Here's
He's got
Williams.
a future, doesn't he?
On the block, missed the shot. There he goes, tough after it. Williams missed the short shot, and then a foul going on St. Joe Central. Second team foul, and that is the 3rd personal foul on Tyree Mayfield for St. Joe Central. He'll take a seat. On the wing, Greeley. Met there by Gray.
Nice.
Inside, Turner just went backdoor on Williams from the perimeter.
I didn't see that open up. Generally, there's a screen that opens up the backside there, but they just cleared it out. It almost looked like a mishap on the defensive end.
Turner's now got 16 in the ball game. And there's an offensive foul going against Central.
How does Turner get open here? You can see him kind of on your right-hand side there. He's opened up the backside for him. It was really a clear out and definitely a mishap there by Williams. Didn't move with the ball.
Having a hard time staying with Turner on the perimeter.
Oh, good move.
Spinning, and Tuggle couldn't get it to go. Rebound taken out of there, Bell. Zyman, nice little fadeaway.
What was that? The little hit shot?
I don't know. David Nurse calls that a Euro move into the lane.
Is that a Larry Bird type of a move right there?
Not sure. And there's a foul down low going against St. Joe Central.
Move on the inside here by Zyman. That's a little resistance right there by Tuttle. And kicks it off. Got the little kick move going.
Little Tinkerbell move there. In the lane, Frizzell has it go out of bounds. And it's going to stay with Liberty. Off the inbound, way out high to Moultrie.
There's a mismatch on the inside. You got Dual. Should have been posting up right there against a much smaller player, Derek Gray.
Turner had that one blocked by Williams. Here's Moultrie. Off to Frizzell, launching from the outside. That's a good-looking stroke. I think I called Frizzell a post guy a minute ago. He can do a little more than that. One of those guys that can go out and play on the floor as well on the perimeter. And that's because he has a stroke like that from outside.
There goes Williams trying to post up on the inside.
Largest lead of the game of 9.
Freshman's got to learn to get his guy away from his defensive man away from Williams.
Yeah, they were able to hedge on him down there. Too strong on that shot by Hill. Moultrie tried to save it. It will stay with St. Joe Central. 2:37 to play, third quarter. Newland and Kinder check in for Liberty, replacing Dual and Moultrie. Newland's another guy. He's a junior out there. We talked about all the juniors on this team.
Oh, he can shoot it.
Gray with a 3-ball.
That's a good-looking stroke. Good pronation on the ball. Good-looking stroke by Gray.
He's got 11 points now.
And probably on about 5 shots. Maybe 4.
Yeah, he's been efficient. Here's Hill. And another efficient use of the strides by Zyman as he takes it clear across the lane. 6'4" senior. And he gets to the free throw line. Zyman missed the first one. 2:14 to play, third quarter. It's a 6-point lead for Liberty High School, the host school of the 2013 CW Stessman Liberty Invitational Tournament. This is the 42nd annual. Zyman gets the second. 3 points in the ball game now. Here's Turner. Off to Frizzell. Turner launches from outside, and that's a 3. His third 3. He's got 19.
You know, and if Williams can't, the reason why Williams is on him from the outside is
to guard that.
And if he can't guard that now on 2 occasions, you really got to pull him off, because Turner has the ability, as we've seen, to also go right around Williams. Here you see Turner really keys up, and he's into that shot immediately. Williams has got to be on him, but he's not. Now all of a sudden, Turner's hitting the shots against the length of why Williams is on him, and it's not working out defensively.
Got Turner for 19 right now after that shot. So St. Joe Central now trailing by 8 as they will trigger in, and it looks like Liberty's going to give them a little full court pressure. Coach Sturtz after that timeout. This goes back to the depth they've played with the, for the entire season really, but especially in this tournament when you play 3 games in 3 days. This is where they're going to start to tire out a little bit.
And that's a couple of good things that Coach Sturtz is building on. Number one, you always want wins, so you want to use that depth. You want to build your program, so you want to play more guys, but you're also always playing for the postseason right now. And his guys are really starting to come together